everyone, this is Colleen Lemma, starseed astrologer and spiritual messenger from sacredsoulempowerment.com. Here to do your weekly angel card reading for Monday, July 29th through Sunday, August 4th, 2019. For this week's weekly reading, we'll be using the Fairy Tarot deck by Radley Valentine for the main message for everyone. And your special message card this week, depending on your stone of choice, will be coming from the Energy Oracle cards by Sandra Ann Taylor. Just a reminder that this week's weekly reading brings us into the month of August. So we have a brand new month and a brand new energy. Be sure to go onto my YouTube channel and watch the monthly angel card reading for the whole month to get an idea of what we can expect for the energies. Now for this week's weekly reading, let's take a look at our stones of choice. So we have 3 of my bracelets here, and one of them here is amber. Now I'm focusing on the chakras that these are activating for this week. So amber is a stone of the solar plexus chakra with that golden yellow color. So this is activating your sense of willpower, it's activating your confidence, it's activating your personal power. And then your second stone of choice is tiger eye. Tiger eye is going to activate the root chakra, which is going to activate your sense of focus, organization, feeling grounded, and it's going to activate your manifestation qualities and abilities. And then your last stone of choice is carnelian. Carnelian relates to the sacral chakra area. So this is going to activate your creative self-expression. It's going to activate your sense of passion for life and passion within yourself, and even activates your sexuality. So again, what do you want to activate this week? We have the amber for the solar plexus chakra, the tiger eye for the root chakra, or the carnelian for the sacral chakra. So let's start by talking about the astrological energies for the week. We start out on Monday, the 29th of July, with the sun, which is now in Leo, by the way. And of course, we have a lot of Leo energy here. We have the sun in Leo, we have Venus in Leo this week. We also are going to be talking about a new moon in Leo. But for Monday, we have the sun in Leo, and it's challenging Uranus, which is in Taurus. Now, Uranus is a very slow-moving planet. It stays in each sign of the zodiac for 7 years. So it's just fairly newly entered the sign of Taurus. So it's going to be there for quite a while. But the thing to know is that Leo is a fixed fire sign, and Taurus, where Uranus is a fixed earth sign. And when you have a lot of fixed energy, there's a lot of stubborn energy that doesn't want to change, that likes things to stay the same. Now, they're really good with focusing their energies and staying on task. But as far as change or redirection, it's a little bit more difficult for those fixed signs. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because Uranus is that planet of freedom and redirection and change. And with the sun in a challenging aspect, or what we call a square aspect to Uranus, there may in fact be some changes that is happening on or around that day, Monday. Now, the sun rules how we shine our light. It rules our personality. It rules our identity. It rules our ego. And again, with this challenging square aspect to Uranus, we might expect the unexpected. We might see that people's energies kind of react in some ways. And also, this is the dark of the moon time period, Monday and Tuesday, the 29th and 30th, as we're leading up to the new moon, is that dark of the moon phase. So this is going to almost intensify this energy of the sun square Uranus on Monday, because there's a lot of things that we're trying to heal or release or understand on a deep inner level. This is bringing up a lot of subconscious energies. And with the sun in Leo, again, that's our willpower and our self-identity and how we want to shine our light. And here it's challenging Uranus, bringing in some sort of sudden unexpected movement or situation or change or redirection. That, coupled with the dark of the moon phase, might make that feel a little bit more intense. Now, this can occur within ourselves, but it can also occur occur outside of ourselves in circumstances and situations. So we'll see how that plays out. And then on Wednesday the 31st, the very last day of July, we have a new moon at 8 degrees of Leo. Now this is the second new moon of the month. Of course, the first new moon on July 2nd was a solar eclipse energy. And then 2 weeks ago, we had a full moon lunar eclipse. Remember that the month of July was full of that eclipse energy, that intense energy of endings and new beginnings that we will feel or recognize or experience for the weeks to come here. But now, as we end the month of July, we have another new moon, which is unusual. It's not an eclipse energy, it's a regular new moon, but still in all, this is a time of new beginnings. And with it being in the sign of Leo, we're looking at new beginnings in a creative way, because Leo rules that creative self-expression. All forms of creativity, it rules fun, it rules children, it rules generosity, it rules wanting to be appreciated and recognized for the light that it shines out to other people. It's a very gregarious and joyful filled kind of energy. So this can be a very happy new moon, a very wonderful new moon. Also on the same day as the new moon in Leo, we have Mercury going back to direct motion. It was retrograde for most of the month of July, and it started out at 4 degrees Leo when it went retrograde, and it retrograded all the way back to 23 degrees of Cancer, which is where it's at on the 31st, as it's turning back again to direct motion. Now, with the new beginnings of the new moon being on Wednesday the 31st, and Mercury slowing down to a standstill and then turning to direct motion on the same day, we might find that our new beginnings are a little bit slow in unfolding. We might find that we're feeling a little bit stuck mentally with Mercury being at a standstill and not knowing what decision to make or what idea to focus in on. So we might have a little bit of confusion there and a little bit of a stalled energy, again, on a mental level and maybe even on an emotional level as well, since it's in the sign of Cancer. Mercury rules the mental realm, our thoughts, our ideas, our communications, but Cancer rules the feeling level, our emotions, our emotional bodies, and the subconscious. And so together, again, we might feel a little bit of a standstill or a feeling, maybe even a feeling of a void a little bit, a void of our minds, a void of our feelings, and just not really knowing what it is that we're thinking or what it is that we're feeling. Even though we have this new moon, this energy of new beginnings that's occurring, it might take a day or two for Mercury as it speeds up its forward motion before we start to see the possibilities of what the new beginnings are, or know what the potentials are, or know what decisions or what direction to take. And then on Friday, which brings us into August 2nd, Friday, August 2nd, we have Venus challenging Uranus. So we started the week with the Sun challenging or squaring Uranus. And then on Friday, we have the planet of relationships and love and finances, money, personal resources, the divine feminine challenging Uranus as well. It's this feeling of wanting to break free, both with the Sun and with Venus challenging Uranus. So we want to break free from our old identity with the Sun there. We want to break free maybe even from a relationship or an aspect or a pattern within a relationship with Venus squaring Uranus. Of course, this can also bring some sort of sudden redirections with money and finances. Now, I'm not going to say that it's necessarily bad, it's not necessarily good. It is a challenging aspect, but sometimes when we're suddenly redirected, it's the universe swooping in and kind of giving us a little push, so to speak, pushing us in a different direction or to look at a different option, or maybe even through something that we perceive as a challenge, it's redirecting us. And the whole idea of the redirection as the days or weeks unfold is that it was a good thing, whatever it was that happened. So just keep a positive outlook with what's happening, especially with that new moon in sunny, joyful Leo in the middle of the week. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the messages from the fairies or from our angels and guides, or all of them. We start out the week with the Ace of Winter. Now this is like the Ace of Swords in the traditional tarot. The winter suit is the sword suit. So this is the mental realm. This is a new beginning on a mental level, a new beginning of the way we're thinking, a new beginning of the way we're believing about something or seeing something from a logical standpoint. It's still a new beginning, just like the new moon is a new beginning. So the message at the bottom here says, don't be deterred by challenges along the way. It's important to communicate clearly and accurately amazing new ideas that should be implemented. Now, it's interesting that it says to communicate clearly because, of course, as I said, Mercury is slowing down to a standstill and getting ready to turn direct. And just like Mercury slowing down and getting ready to turn retrograde, it can bring miscommunications or misunderstandings when you're talking with someone else. So make sure that when you are communicating, you're reiterating what you're saying, or if they're speaking and you're unsure about the clarity of what you're hearing, you reiterate back to them what they're saying. This can also bring confusion, of course, within your own mind, within your own thoughts. So just be sure that you take the time before you make any decisions, if you can, to understand what it is that you're thinking and to understand what it is that other people are trying to communicate with you. Now, it's interesting in this deck, the fairy here, she's in a winter scene, and, you know, it's interesting too that, as I said, Mercury at a standstill, we might feel like a little bit of a void, or we're not really thinking clearly, or we're not able to make a decision. Winter is kind of the season that brings that too. Winter is kind of the standstill energy. You know, things kind of are at a standstill during the winter time. And again, this is just confirming that our thoughts are sort of at a standstill right now, and we're getting ready for a new beginning, but we're not maybe quite sure what the new beginning is, or we're not ready to make a decision on the new beginning, or we're trying to make a decision or move in a certain direction, but things aren't unfolding quite yet. And that's all because of this winter kind of energy. So again, be patient because the new beginning is coming. The other thing that I see in this card is that white tiger. And tigers to me are a very take charge, leadership-oriented kind of energy. And the white to me symbolizes spiritual. So it makes me think of being a spiritual leader, you know, taking charge and taking action based on the spiritual aspects of life, which is kind of opposite of the suit of swords. The suit of swords deals with the ego mind or the mental body. But to me, that tiger asks us, because it's the white tiger, it asks us to raise our lower mental body to the higher mental body state, which is connecting with our higher soul selves. So connect with that higher source of intelligence and take charge and be a spiritual leader and get ready patiently for the new beginnings to start to unfold. So let's look at the next card here. The next card, ooh, wonderful, I love this. This is the Princess of Spring. So in the traditional tarot, this would be the Page of Wands. Pages are always about communications or messages, and the suit of wands is the suit of the spiritual. So messages from the spiritual realm, messages that kind of pop into your own head, sort of like a claircognizance energy, where you just know something to be, or that you have a flash of insight or a flash of knowingness about something. You get a message, you know, from that higher state or the higher realms in that way. Now, the message at the top, or the keywords at the top, says optimistic, enthusiastic, creative, energetic. This to me is like the new moon in Leo. Leo is a fire sign. This is a fire card, you know, spring is the fire suit. So get ready for all this positive energy that's going to come in, and you know, be joyous and optimistic like a Leo. And the message at the bottom here says it's time to go after your dreams. Do something that expands your horizons and let your creativity take flight. So that word creativity stands out because, again, Leo rules the 5th house in the natural zodiac, which is the house of creative self-expression. So Leo energy is very creative. So this is saying let your light shine, let your creativity flow, and go after your dreams. Here we have this new beginning, and we might have to have a little bit of patience as it unfolds, but here we need to go after what we want and go after it with passion. That's the fire suit. Fire is passion. Okay. Let's see what the last card is to wind this reading up here. And we have Major Arcana number 2, the High Priestess. And the message at the bottom of the High Priestess says, trusting your intuition, careful reflection before taking action, insights that come through meditation. This to me feels like also Mercury at a standstill. And again, it's in the sign of Cancer, which is a very intuitive sign. It's one of the water signs. And with the water signs, we have psychic intuition and healing abilities. And that's what the High Priestess is all about too. She's very wise, she's very powerful. She's, an aspect of the divine feminine, bringing through all this intuitive knowingness. Here she has a book that's open, so she's got access to the Akashic records. She's got access to higher messages, higher wisdom, higher knowledge. And she, as a powerful priestess, a positive powerful priestess, is going to use that information, that higher information, to make the choices that she needs to make, to make the decisions that she needs to make. And she's trusting in her intuition, just as the card says. She's trusting those higher insights and what feels right. And this, some of the intuition can come through clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, claircognizance. All of the psychic abilities are highlighted here. And so whatever you're strongest in is what you need to pay attention to. And maybe it's that some of your other psychic senses are going to intensify and get stronger as well throughout this week. But this is really a powerful card here to kind of go within. And again, I reference Mercury at a standstill here on Wednesday at 23 degrees Cancer. It can really allow us to go within and tap into those inner intuitive resources to bring through this divine knowledge and insight of what it is that we want to do, where it is we want to go next, what decisions we want to make. And this is for, purposes of career and money and family and home, but it's also on a higher level. So this really deals with the expanded energy of your life path, your destiny path, who you are as a soul, what you're here to do. I really feel like it goes much larger than just the day-to-day circumstances and situations that we deal with. So again, reflect. This is going to be a good time for meditation. Mercury at a standstill is a great time for meditation, especially with it being in water sign Cancer. So as we kind of wind this up, it looks like, again, we have this wonderful new beginning. There might be some challenges with the new beginning, with the Ace of Winter. We might have to have patience, but take charge like the white tiger here. Tap into your higher spiritual self, like the white symbolizing the universal energies, and allow this new beginning to unfold in the time that it's supposed to. Feel optimistic. Tap into your creativity. Be enthusiastic. Be prepared for messages to come from other people or from the higher realms. And go after what you want. Go after what it is that you're dreaming about. This is a card to really move forward on that and have fun with it. There's butterflies here too, and butterflies are a sign of new beginnings as well. And then we have the High Priestess tapping into your inner intuition, tapping into your higher soul self, tapping into the Akashic records, higher knowledge and wisdom, and using that in a positive way, in a powerfully positive way, to make the decisions that you need to. But first you might need to reflect, first you might need to meditate, and again, go within. So this is an interesting combination of going within, being patient, as well as taking action with the new beginnings that are occurring, and feeling enthusiastic and energetic about those new beginnings. Now let's take a look at the special message card, depending on your stone of choice. So here we're going to just give the cards a little bit of a shuffle. I'm going to close my eyes for a minute and tune in. We're asking for the special message for those that chose the amber. So the amber people, this one, as I open my eyes, sticks out. Journey. It seems like I got this card from this deck last time I used it. I don't remember how long ago it was, but the journey card to me is you're moving forward, okay? Now this can be an actual physical journey of some sort. Maybe you're going to travel, take a trip, go on a vacation, going to, meet with family, summertime, and a lot of times we get together with friends and family. So you might actually be going somewhere either this week or maybe next week, and it's saying that this is going to be a significant trip for you, a significant journey. But even more so, I feel like this journey is of a spiritual nature. This is about just movement forward on your soul journey through life. And here we have this woman crossing a bridge. So with the new moon that we have this week, and because we had the new moon solar eclipse and the full moon lunar eclipse earlier this month, I feel like that's transitioning you in some aspect of your life. Maybe it's a physical aspect, like with your career or money or home, family, living situation. Maybe it's transitioning you as far as your belief systems or your sense of empowerment. The energy within you is transitioning. But either way, you're crossing this bridge into new realms. And with this new moon, new beginnings happening this week, it's time to cross that bridge. It's time to, fully move into new territory. Now, there's the sign right here, and there's all these different directions that she could go once she crosses the bridge. And maybe she doesn't know yet what direction she's going to go, but the first thing that needs to happen is to cross that bridge. Make a commitment to yourself to make a change and journey forward, if you will. All right, let's take a look at the message for the people that chose the tiger eye. So giving a little bit of a shuffle here. And the one on the bottom is almost falling out. So that one says, woman holding a heart. Now, this is about divine feminine energy, and I feel like opening up your heart chakra. So it could be women for sure, but remember, we all have a divine feminine side. And that even in men, the divine feminine side is about feelings, it's about emotions, it's about allowing, it's about receptivity, it's about nurturing, all of those divine feminine qualities. So with the woman holding a heart message here, it's time to open up your heart chakra. It's time to feel the feelings and allow yourself to embrace love, and not just romantic love, but embrace love on a universal level. Because as you embrace that idea of unconditional love, as you embrace the divine feminine within you, that's going to open the door to all of these beautiful blessings of abundance and prosperity to come to you in different forms, in different ways. Now, this could quite literally mean for those of you looking for a relationship with this new moon in Leo, and Leo ruling the fifth house rules dating relationships. This could quite literally mean that somebody new is going to be coming into your life, maybe this week or maybe in the next week or two to come. But that idea could be quite literal to where there is someone new coming in. But either one of those interpretations, depending on who you are, I feel like is going to be quite valid for you. All right, and let's take a look at the message for the people that chose the carnelian. Carnelian people, giving this a little shuffle. This one's sticking out. Carnelian people, magician and the mirror. Well, that's kind of interesting. Magician and the mirror. So the magician, just like the major arcana, the magician, this is you being the creator of your own reality. This is you having the tools, the gifts, the talents within yourself to co-create with universe what it is that you desire in your life. This is about magical energy surrounding you right now with the magician, and being able to take one thing and transform it into another. Here in one hand he's got some energy going on that's more red and fiery looking, and over here in this hand he's got some cooler energy that looks more like it deals with the water element. And he's taking those elements of fire and water and he's combining them magically together to create something new. That's the process of alchemy. And so with you getting this card, you have the ability to co-create, or create, if you will, manifest something new in your life based on the magic that's within you, the magic that's within your soul. Now, the idea of the mirror to me is a reflection. So the magician in the mirror. Here it's reflecting, it's almost like I feel like there's going to be situations, circumstances, or other people that come into your life, perhaps this week or perhaps into next week as well, that reflects your divinity back to you. Now, if you're projecting any kind of fear or negatives, then the projection could be more challenging. But if you're projecting confidence and joy and abundance and happiness, if you're projecting those higher states of energies, that through situations and circumstances, through your relationships, is going to be reflected back to you like the reflection of the mirror. So make sure that you're choosing the highest state of energy, the highest belief systems, the highest emotions. And if you catch yourself in a lower kind of emotional or mental state, just turn it around right away. Just ask your angels and guides to assist you in releasing and letting go of the lower state and coming back into the higher state. So it's going to be a practice for yourself on staying in that higher awareness of where your thoughts and beliefs and feelings are, and then allowing that magic within you to create and allow the universe to mirror back to you through, again, other situations, the magic that you're putting out. All right, so I hope you've all enjoyed this weekly angel card reading. I want to thank you all so much for checking out my new website, subscribing to my YouTube channel, connecting with me on Facebook, sharing my videos and sending me messages. I really appreciate all of your support. I appreciate all of the feedback that you're giving me on the new website, and also with the new newsletter. I just want to put that out there too, that I'm going to start doing a newsletter as well. So you might want to check that out and sign up for that. But sending you all much love and light as we end this month and move into a new energy, and sending you all many angel blessings.